Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube pipe community, Lewis coming at ya. How are you today? It's been a minute since I've posted a video. I know. Actually, I posted one last week or so. Truth be told, that video is almost a month old. I just needed to post something. But maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. Essentially, I've been busy, folks. I just moved from El Paso, Texas to Manhattan, Kansas for the Army. And been setting up the house, getting it ready, traveling back and forth. My wife and kids are living 2 hours away from me right now because that's where she got a very good job. And I'm only going to be in Manhattan for a year, so it's a temporary gig. But it kind of sucks to be that far away from my wife and kids, obviously. Well, one of my sons is getting a tonsillectomy tomorrow. So I have the day off to take him to the hospital, and I'll be watching him over the course of the weekend and this coming Monday and Tuesday. So there's that. And because of how busy I've been, one of the only things that I've actually been able to do in terms of pipe smoking is, one, set up my my office where I have my cabinet with all my pipes and blah blah blah. Organize my pipes. I've gotten to do that. I put all the tins that I have, my cellar essentially, in a closet. And only the tobaccos that I brought with me on my trip from El Paso to Kansas are what I'm smoking at this point. I got some Vermont meat candy, some BCA in this Morgan, a little bit of Old Dark Fired, some Luxury Navy Flake, and I've been enjoying them, sure. But because of the limited time that I've had, you know, essentially the only chance I get to enjoy a pipe nowadays is when I'm driving. There's a lot of work to be done around the house. I'm not going to smoke inside the house. In fact, I said that I probably wouldn't smoke inside the car, in my truck, at all. I didn't want to. I go deer hunting using this truck, and I don't want the smell of smoke all over me. But I needed to smoke during the ride. I just needed it to keep me awake and everything else. So I relented, and here I am, like pretty much every time I make the 2-hour drive to go see my wife and kids, I'm enjoying a pipe. So that has left very little time for making videos, posting videos, thinking about what I'm going to post, etc. But I figured I ought to catch you guys up a little bit. So I ended up moving at the beginning of July, and first of July I was in my new house. Took a few days to actually get my household goods shipped in. And in so much, it's just getting the place ready has been a chore. We downsized significantly. I'm essentially in half of the house that I had before. So a lot of stuff is in storage. A lot of stuff isn't even unpacked yet. My workshop where I would clean up pipes, restore them, polish them up, do all my archery stuff is still closed up. And I haven't shot my bow once since I moved here, which is kind of unfortunate. But you just got to do what you got to do. I've tried to take as many opportunities as I can to go see my wife and kids and spend as much time with them as I can. And so that's it. And so I've been essentially working through my little jars of blends. Come on, guy. Working through my little jars of blends that I brought with me on the trip. And one of those was BCA. I never thought I'd enjoy Black Cavendish, and I like it okay. Recently had some dried out amphora, and that was really not all that good. The amphora Black Cavendish. And then a lot of samples that I got from the Chicago show and stuff like that. But I've noticed, man, it takes me a long time to work through an ounce. It really does. I mean, pipe smoking, well and above the easiest way and cheapest way to enjoy tobacco. Maybe besides snuff, but even then you're paying a lot of shipping. So it's taken me a good month at least to work through an ounce of BCA, throwing in the occasional this and that. But I wonder how other people do it. Do you guys open up a tin and just work through that one tin? Or are you the type of pipe smoker that has 20 tins open, jars them up or whatever, and you just pick your flavor of the day? I know that's what I used to do, but then I would smoke some more than others, and some would never get smoked, and I still have them in my little travel cellar for however long. I'm just not getting through them. I don't know. So recently I've switched to like, okay, I've got this baggie of BCA. I'm just gonna go to town on it. That's what I'm gonna focus on, and I'm gonna learn BCA, I suppose. How do you guys do it? What is your, how do you choose your tobacco, or do you just simplify it for yourself, open up one tin and just go to town? I'd love to know. So today was, I guess I'm gonna go off track now. Today was my second day seeing patients in a clinic since I moved. It's been awesome. I love doing what I do. 2 very, very heavy days doing a lot of evaluations to get myself set up to start actually treating patients. And that's been very good. I'm going to have a very busy few months here. I'm already booked out a month, so it's awesome. And this weekend I'm going to be talking to a guy to see about moonlighting and working some extra hours. As if I thought I had a lot of free time as it is. I don't. And I'm going to have less of it at this point. So we'll see how things turn out. This is a busy year. It's the year where I plan on and start building. I'll probably lease a place, but building my own endodontics practice. And that's a very, very scary proposition. It's an incredibly big investment. And it is seriously jumping 2 feet into a fire, hoping you make it out alive. It's tough. It's competitive. You do what you can, I suppose. So we're going to be doing a little planning on that. The guy that I'm meeting with this weekend wants to sell me his practice. I don't know how it's going to work out, but we will see. I think that's all I have to update, really. I hope that wasn't too boring for you. I know you guys expect a lot more pipe talk than I've been giving you guys. You know what? I will say this. And speaking of I've been thinking a lot about introducing people to the pipe and introducing people to smoky pipe tobacco. And I've become pretty good friends with a couple of the neighbors. So I invited them over one day. I handed each one of them a corncob pipe. And I rubbed out some Navy Flake. And taught them about how to pack their bowls, taught them how to light, and I'll be damned if they didn't do a fantastic job. We were having great conversation. They smoked their bowls down to ash. It was awesome to see them do that, the first time. And more than that, they're like, okay, well, where do I go to buy pipe tobacco now? Because they really enjoyed it, and I love that part of the hobby. It's as simple as a few bucks in corn cobs. I gave them a tamper. I said, use a Bic. Just go to town, enjoy it. This is something that we could do with a beer and just hang out. That's my kind of time, man. It was awesome. So I can't wait to sit down with my neighbors again at some point and share another bowl. And I wish I could do the same with you guys. I really do. Though you guys don't really need corncob pipes. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube pipe community, thank you for placating me, for listening to me ramble for 12 and a half minutes. I love you very much. Blessings and smoke rings. Ciao.